Every single one of us in this room today is trying to control something. You know what I'm talking about? You all know what it is. Maybe you're trying to control that ring that you're trying to get on your finger, or maybe you're trying to control when you're going to get that cash in the bank, or maybe you're trying to control the outcome of a physical diagnosis. But all that control and all that manipulation, all that trying to make something happen is creating resistance. Resistance from the alignment, resistance from that intuitive voice that is beckoning you all the time, resistance from your connection to a power far greater than yourself, a magnitude that is within you that you have forgot to listen to because you've been too busy focused on what you need to get. But it's in the absence of that resistance that we realign. It's in the absence of that resistance that we remember the truth of who we are. It's in the absence of that resistance that we get connected to the universe. And the universe is an ever-present energy of love that is within us and around us and always guiding us. And it's through these steps of spiritual surrender that we realign, that we reconnect with that magnitude and that presence, and we let go of what we think we need and we remember the truth of who we are. So I have a question for you all. Are you ready to surrender? Great. I am here today to give you these 5 steps that I have been using over the past year. These steps have grounded me, they've realigned me. I have been using these steps to get reconnected, realigned, and rebooted in a sense. And these are the steps to spiritual surrender so that you can know that the universe has your back even when things are not working out the way that you expected. You ready? Step one. Take your hands off the wheel through prayer. Many of you are praying for that cash, or praying for that relationship, or praying for that outcome to be exactly as you want it to be in the time that you want it to happen. But the secret to prayer is to forget what you think you need. When we begin to stop praying for what we think we need, but instead begin to pray for what is of the highest good for all, that's when we get lit up. That's when invisible doors begin to open for us. That's when we align with the truth and the magnitude of the presence of our authentic power. So take that in. Doesn't that just feel awesome just to say that? I want to pray for what is of the highest good for all. Doesn't that feel awesome? To even think about that thing that you've been controlling and holding on to and simply say to yourself right now, you know what? I'm just going to pray for what's of the highest good for all. Takes the pressure off, right? Yeah. The second step is to start to focus on what's thriving. We focus so much on what's not working. We so focus on the absence of something. Why don't we focus on what's already thriving in our lives? So when you begin to take your focus off of that thing you need and start to focus on what is already thriving, let's focus on that. The third step, obstacles or detours in the right direction. So what I realized was that this obstacle of not getting pregnant right away was actually a detour in the right direction. It was a detour towards my spiritual connection. It was a detour towards hitting another bottom in my life so that I could have another awakening. Rumi says that the wound is the place where the light enters you. In that wound, I was awakened, and I was given these steps that I was blessed with, and this journey of developing my spiritual condition in a way that I needed to really badly. And that obstacle of not getting pregnant was exactly as it needed to be. My baby was up there going, not now. And we had a plan, and I needed to go through this journey. So maybe you can begin to look at your obstacles of maybe that divorce is an opportunity, a detour in the right direction, an opportunity to start to love yourself some more. Maybe that loss of that job is an opportunity to begin to do that thing you've been dreaming of. Maybe that diagnosis is an opportunity to get closer to God. Take that in. Let's reorganize your obstacles right now. What are the opportunities? What is the detour in the right direction? In what way can you begin to turn it upside down and see it as an opportunity to thrive and an opportunity to get more connected to the truth? The fourth step, ask for a sign. We are always in communication with the universe. The universe is always giving us messages. It's just that we're not listening. But when we ask, we will always receive. It's the law. We will receive. So asking for a sign that you're in the right direction, that you're on the right path. Just last month, I had to ask for a sign. I took 2016 off from trying to make a baby. I was just needing that break. I wanted to get back into my alignment with my truth. And then last month, I decided, it's time. Let's make a baby. So I was getting into it and I was getting ready, and I saw myself like clockwork go right back to that old story, right back into my next book's coming out at this time, and what's going on with my calendar, and can my team handle this, and is everybody on board with my idea and my vision? But thankfully, I'd been spending the year in my 5 steps to spiritual surrender, so I had a little bit more information, and I was able to stop myself in my tracks. So I stopped myself, and I just said, thank you, universe, for showing me a sign that I'm in the right direction. Later that day, I'm looking out the window of my office and I see these 5 fat, wild turkeys just hanging out outside my office. They're just chilling outside my office. And I'm just in awe of these wild turkeys. They're so beautiful. I sat there for like a half an hour just staring at them. 2 hours later, I'm in my meditation and I'm just doing my thing in my meditation, and I hear my intuition say, Google the spiritual meaning of turkeys. Okay. So I come out of my meditation, I go to my computer, and I type in, what is the spiritual meaning of turkeys? The spiritual meaning of turkeys is fertility. That was the exact message that I needed to hear. And when we allow ourselves to get into the wonder and the magnificence of the guidance that is around us and within us, that's when we truly start living. The universe once again was guiding me. So ask for a sign and you will receive. And it is your job to listen, people. Because you all may be asking for your signs and you may be getting your messages, but you're not listening. So ask and listen. Give yourself the chance to truly listen and take that spiritually aligned action from that place of that wisdom. And the final step, the 5th step, is when you think you've surrendered, surrender more. My favorite line from A Course in Miracles is, those who are certain of the outcome can afford to wait and wait without anxiety. That presence of certainty is available to all of us when we get aligned, when we truly surrender, when we ask and listen and let the universe show us where to go and what to do. This is my daily prayer. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say and to whom? This beautiful message from A Course in Miracles. Take that home with you. Use that prayer, offer it up, surrender it fully and completely. As it turns out, the universe had a plan far greater than I did. The plan wasn't that I was going to get pregnant in the exact moment in time that I expected. The plan was that I was going to learn how to mother myself before I could be a mother. We are living in times where it is required of us to have a spiritual foundation, an anchor, a sense of alignment. If we don't have that foundation, we will be flailing. We need that connection now, and it is through the steps of spiritual surrender that you realign with that connection to the universe, to a higher power of your own understanding. We need it to survive and to thrive. And these are the messages that I will leave my child. When my child is ready to come, I will bestow upon her that her true power lies in her connection to the universe. And in that connection, when she surrenders to that connection, she can know that she will be certain no matter what. That in the midst of uncertainty, she can find safety. And that in that connection and in that alignment, she can always know that the universe has her back.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel.